Hey guys, Jim Halterman, TV Guide Magazine and TV Insider, here with the cast of With Love.
Our Valentine's Day special is $75 for two.
I'm writing solo. Like the song?
It's our normal fee of $50 per person.
A 50% markup for being alone, because the greatest sin one can commit is being single.
Because I'm without a companion, I'm gonna be taxed.
See? He gets it.
So I have questions for each of you about your characters. Em, I'm going to start with you about Lily.
Yeah.
When we meet her, she's got kind of a broken heart, which isn't always the best thing to have going into the holidays because we start at Christmas time. Can you just talk about where she's at emotionally? And, you know, this show's about love.
Yeah, so Lily, I love her so much because she's a hopeless romantic. You know, she's on a mission to find her real love because she just broke up with her perfect on paper boyfriend. And I think it's really fun because so many girls, so many women are going through that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and she's also torn between her family traditions and, you know, the new path she wants to start creating for her own self. So I think it's really exciting, and she's a mess. You know, she makes so many wrong decisions, and don't we all, right? So I think she's just a wonderful character to portray because yet she's clumsy, but she's so spunky and fun to be around, and yet again is just trying to find, you know, what her purpose in life is.
Okay. And Desmond, when we meet your character, this isn't my word, but somebody actually does call him a slut. So I'm just throwing that out there.
That's accurate.
It seems like it is, but then I'm thinking, knowing the series will go on for several episodes, is that selling him a little short? Will we see him maybe evolve a little bit from that?
You know, it isn't selling him short in the first episode. I mean, speaking about where someone is emotionally, Nick is a 16-year-old horny boy when you first meet him in episode 1. That's the extent of how much he's thought about this. You know what I mean? But yes, we do see as we go on, like he starts to realize that this sort of like, you can't just keep meeting people on the superficial layer level. Like even the sort of little tango that maybe happens with Em is like, it's a weird match, and it helps bring out a certain part of him that he's never considered before. Which I think is extremely important for someone who is much older than the 16-year-old. His emotional development stopped right there. You know what I mean? It's important for someone to like hit that roadblock and be like, oh, this is bad. Let's do something different.
Yeah. And Rome, your character, I actually like that he's in a very different situation from anybody else in the show. I mean, it's some real life stuff. Can you talk about where we find him in the first episode?
Yeah, I think initially we I thought it was interesting that we have you know, Santiago start at this point where he started like turmoil, you know, like, you know, losing his mom and having that relationship with his dad. But I also think that it highlights that this important dynamic of him being also best friends with his father, you know, and going through something with him. And it's very brief, but it kind of sets the, you know, the precedent for the rest of the season for those two characters, because obviously they love their mom and his wife, and they, you know, it's such a traumatic thing to go through, but it made them closer. And I think that's also important to highlight when we see these kind of things. And it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't overdone, you know, it wasn't something that was drawn out. Like we got to see them in that moment, but we also got to see them progress, and, you know, and other things happen after that.
Tell me, when does With Love premiere?
December 17th.
Prime
Video.
Prime Video, Amazon Prime, baby.